Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's Words of Wisdom. Today's was sent out on October 22nd, and I quote, "When you become able to channel spirits, it is all the more important to have substantial amount of knowledge and a properly functioning balance between spiritual and worldly matters. There are many different ways of thinking for humans, and knowledge about the possible ways of thinking will help you to avoid being manipulated by spirits." From the Laws of Secret by Master Ryuho Okawa. Thank you, Lord God. Maybe just the first part of the sentence may throw off, or not throw off, but makes a lot of our viewers feel that, okay, this is not necessary for me because I'm not a channeler. However, I think we can take this in two ways. One, Master Okawa writes his kyotens for not just the contemporary people, but for the next hundreds and thousands of years for humanity until he's reborn again 2,800 years later. So he's thinking about a span of 2,800 years from now. Just imagine how the world is going to change. Spirituality is developing at a very rapid pace. A lot of people are becoming much more spiritual than you think. And I feel that when I'm out in New York City doing missionary work, meeting all these different types of people from all over the world. A lot of people are seeking spirituality. And the more you seek, the more you gain, and then you're spiritually develop. And as it's taught in Happy Science, your enlightenment, the stages of enlightenment develops, which means you become more spiritually susceptible, or you become more spiritually sensitive. And then, in a sense, even though you may not be channeling a spirit, you start gaining more inspirations from the good side in heaven, or maybe sometimes from the bad side in hell. Therefore, going back to the second way of looking at it, even if you're not a channeler, we're always receiving inspirations from heaven or hell, angelic beings or demonic beings. So it's really important for us to be able to control the inspirations, the hunches that we are receiving from the spirit world. And going back to today's Words of Wisdom, Master Okawa is teaching us the importance of obtaining a lot of knowledge or being a cultured person. Because I think from my experience, when I start thinking that this must be the only way, that's when I feel that I'm possessed. And my negative view starts to take place. Especially, obviously, a lot of the times, our negative mindset manifests itself in the form of bad human relationships. So when there's a sour relationship, I'm always caught by this. I'm only thinking in a very narrow mind, a very small view. So when I'm seeing another person, I'm only looking at 1% of that person and not the rest 99. We can, unless you're cultured, unless you don't know different patterns, unless you don't know a lot of different ways of thinking, it's easy for us to fall under that trap. So continuous learning is something that Master Okawa teaches us here in Happy Science. And as a religion, that's very revolutionary because a lot of religions, even if they're not cults I'll always say this, but even if it's not a cult, a lot of religions dislike when people start studying other scriptures or other knowledges, start obtaining other knowledge, because it goes against their teachings, right? But Master Okawa openly and important, he's saying that wisdom is a principle of happiness. So he recommends us to continue studying good knowledge. That'll be end for today. Thank you for joining, and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.